Wherefore, Series 3, Episode 37. Whitminster's new marketing campaign isn't going well. She has paid a young marketing expert rather a lot of money, and now she has a tagline that goes, "Welcome to Stroud. It is nice here." She has tried pairing this line with a number of images with varying degrees of ominous unsuccess. When "Welcome to Stroud, it is nice here" sits above an image of Lars with his bike and his incredible thighs, the whole thing looks like a bad translation. So this is really a tourist information brochure for somewhere else, Switzerland perhaps, that has been translated into English in a way that loses some vital nuance. When she pairs the text with an image involving groups of people, the effect is worse. It doesn't seem to matter which groups of people or which bits of Stroud they are stood in. Welcome to Stroud. It is nice here gives the impression that there's some kind of folk horror plotline about to unfold. Yes, it looks like a charming farmer's market now, but you will be inside a wicker man by sunset if you hang around. Yes, this looks like a splendid community project, but look at the background and you can see where the mass grave is. Yes, aren't the children charming with their folk dancing? It is important that they dance well, as this is their only hope for not being killed and eaten by the ancient one who lives in the tump, and who is placated, sometimes by dance and otherwise by the bones of the young. She tries several more photos in the hopes that one of them works. None of them work. She even, in desperation, tries several photos of Wigston that she does not remember taking, but seems to have in her picturesque Stroud file anyway. In fairness, Wigston actually is quite picturesque and does a good line in standing next to local landmarks in a way that is aesthetically pleasing. In one photo, Wigston appears to be brandishing a green pepper, juxtaposed with the "Welcome to Stroud" message. It looks a bit threatening. A "love our organic produce or die" kind of vibe. She tries a produce photo from the last time the Crown and Sceptre had a village fete. Somehow this makes the jam sponge seem ominous and a bit passive-aggressive. Then there's Wigston again, holding aloft a large marrow. That's straight back to the folk horror vibes. The more she looks at it, the more she thinks the tagline is the problem. The trouble is she's waded in so far now that she can't easily wade out. Come to Stroud. We're friendly. That would pair well with images of people in creepy masks at the Beast Parade, perhaps. Welcome to Stroud. Discover culture in the Cotswolds. She's been round this before, and there are no words you compare with Cotswolds that conjure up images of anything other than sheep, and jumpers that have clearly been made out of sheep, and the wellies of people who live in close proximity to sheep. Not that she has anything against sheep. Culture is also a tricky word. So is arts. So, for that matter, is farmer's market. It's easy to get these words wrong and to give entirely unhelpful impressions. A city of culture can sound plausible and appealing. A small town of culture just doesn't work. A village of culture has a cheese named after it, or maybe an interesting bacterial infection. Arts industry sounds okay if you're big enough to sound like you could have one of those. Otherwise, it sounds like you're trying too hard. Arts hub is right out, as for some reason it always makes her think of chafing. Arts centre only works if you have a dilapidated former industrial building in a disenfranchised area. Otherwise, it sounds like you're probably in the Cotswolds, making things out of sheep. Whitminster goes back to the photos from the farmer's market, picks one at random and pastes the words "Welcome to Stroud, we make things out of sheep" on it. Somehow this is the least disturbing combination of text and image she has come up with all day. She swigs coffee and laughs in the maniacal way that only becomes possible when you have consumed approximately 3 gallons of coffee while failing to complete what was supposed to be a simple task. She pulls up the photo she sneakily took last time all of the wizards were in the same place. It is not an accident that she was the only one facing the other way when the camera deployed. Tech magic isn't really her thing, and she is still pleased at having pulled this off. It was one of those projects where she got so involved in the how of it, and she didn't really think about the why. Welcome to Stroud, run badly by wizards since 1221. The mechanics of the next bit of the story are veiled in mystery. Whitminster, at least, claims to have no idea how it happened. Perhaps there was some complex plot undertaken by hostile wizards. Perhaps her computer is haunted by the ghost of a grumpy man who can't bear to see someone female succeeding at anything. Perhaps a small cat walked over the keyboard while she wasn't looking. It's hard to trace the threads on this one. It all happened very quickly, and everyone's intentions are murky. But I think it probably was the cat, and that it is possible that someone else took advantage of the pause on her keyboard. Howsoever it came to pass, the result is that 5 large images for billboards, 1 banner to hang on the bridge at Merrywalks, and 3,000 flyers were somehow ordered and paid for, featuring the "Welcome to Stroud, run badly by wizards since 1221" text, and the photo of the wizards. Inexplicably, there is also a rather cheerful-looking sheep in the foreground.